devoted chosen. Such misplaced zeal, their eyes remain closed to the true path. Not like you.
Welcome back to another WoW video. Today we'll be covering Auction House versus Raw Gold. This will be part 1 of a 2-part video. Please note this is my thought on the matter. Also, it is intended to help others learn about both gold making paths. Let's get the basics out of the way. Auction house farming is defined as any item that is be posted or auctioned off to another player, any item that is farmed to not give to NPCs. Raw gold is farming defined as any items that are sold to NPCs to make gold off based of, and it includes crafting and mob drops. Here is a rundown of what auction time is. Let's take BFA herbalism and mining for example. I farmed for 1 hour and got 203 Zen and 302 ore. Both together is 9,100 gold as you can see here. It took 10 minutes after I posted them to sell, so in all it took 2 hours and 10 minutes to sell them all. I might have confused a few people about the time, let me explain. When someone buys your auction, it takes 1 hour to get to you. This is overlooked and never calculated in sales. Remember, server prices are subject to change. Also, auction house time can vary on herbs and ores. T-Mug and patterns are a different matter. I farmed 2 hours in Undermine and got these results. As you can see, the first hour I got an amazing plan that sells to 120k on my server. For the third hour I did Razorfin Crawl with a total hours of 4, including the ore and herb. I did an hour run, posted. I did another hour run, posted. This is the big difference when it comes to play. So how long did it take to sell the items I got from hour 1 to 3? Well, I only sold 6 and it took a day for those for chump change. I still have not sold anything else. The amazing plan I got has been undercut many times due to others and now sits at 60k and it's been 3 days. This is a nasty part of the auction house. 90% of items sold will take more than 1 day unless it's wanted materials. Before someone says you need to do the right setting for TSM or the likes, my TSM is set way lower than most just to prove even lowering the prices more than normal does not guarantee sales. So raw gold will be more simple. Let's take Freehold, the peak of solo raw gold farm at the moment. Using my Demon Hunter, I ran 1 hour farm and gained a total of 11,391 gold. But I broke my armor, which caused me to spend 495 gold. I needed to spend for thread, which was 1,020 gold, and could have been less, but to be honest, I have enough now for 3 more runs, which leaves me with 9,876 gold with no wait time. To break it down, it was a 55-minute farm with 5 minutes of crafting. It's actually going to be great if you have the enchant gloves, which is a must here. Make sure to always have a thread on you so you don't waste time buying thread. Then you vendor all bracers, and very simple, there is no waiting period after that. That is all with the raw gold, very basic and to the point. Alright guys, so this section is going to be a little bit spicy and there will be some repeat that I did earlier in the video, but it has to be done because just to explain this, it all has to come together. Alright, so basically we're going to do a 2-hour farm, but as stated that auction house can actually range with T-Mog and everything, so we're going to use herbs and ore. It took me 1 hour to farm and 5 minutes to sell. Actually, excuse that, it took 10 minutes to sell and another hour to actually get to you. At 203 Zen and 302 ore sold with a total of 2 hours and 10 minutes per sell for 9,100 gold. The 1 hour wait is factored in because it has to have a wait time, regardless if you're getting into gold. So 2 hour farming at this is 4 hours and 20 minutes with a 2 hour waiting at 18,200. Pro is herb and ore is very easy to actually do and farm and sell, but the downside is prices per server and time. I got lucky on myself for 10 minutes and that was actually pretty cool, but it's not always gonna be like that for you. It might take 10 minutes, it might take 30 minutes, an hour, a day. It all depends on how much people are reposting due to this and how much undercuts you're getting, and also too as well that how much is it selling on your server. All that will be in part 2, it's not for this moment, so check that out when it does come out. Now for raw gold, 1 hour farm freehold at 9,876, unlike auction house, you get your gold. So if if I compared raw gold with the 19,752 in 2 hours with no 2-hour wait, that's 1,552 more gold that I'm actually getting in no wait time. As stated in Auction House, 2 hours of auction is just waiting. I'm not going to dilute the Auction House, but the facts don't lie. While ore and herbs are easy to farm, freehold outrights beat it in terms of gold per hour. Now don't get me wrong, each server is different. I'm on Prodmore and these are my prices. As for TMOG, in my other 3 hours for Auction House, let's compare that. Since it's been 3 days, let's do 3 hours a day at 9,876 each hour for raw gold. That's 88,884 gold made. 100% yours compared to now 60k item I had to undercut many times. So with that, raw gold has already did a good chunk of the Auction House items I got, which according to Loot Appraiser was 237,074 gold, which let's be real, the total is half of that, which is 118,537. Now some might say you needed to do 9 hours to almost compare to 3 hours of Auction House. You would be half right. As stated already, you need to factor in waiting periods for sales. Auction is great, no doubt about it, but a lot forget the biggest things are time and competing regardless how you see it. People are always going to undercut you even if you think no one should, cause herbs or ore or the like. This is what you need to understand. If you take the Auction House gold path, treat it like a business. If said person sees an item selling for 60 cents, another person who sells the same item actually might undercut and sell it for 50 cents. Just like the real world, people are here to make gold for themselves, not you. So the argument of don't undercut items is flawed. To be honest, you will never sell on competitive servers with that mentality. If the slogan don't undercut items works for you, great, but the majority it does not. As for raw, we can't deny that 100% gold, but in turn some of the best places are either overfarmed or needed a great eye level in certain classes. If you take this path, it will be a good one, but slow compared to luck sales in the Auction House. With a few things out of the way for the two paths, I want to make it known I love both gold making, and they both should be used. In part 2, it will be going over how to optimize TSM for Auction House and farming routes for raw gold, plus a lot more will be covered. And if you take anything away from this, actually weigh your options when you're farming. Time, classes, your goals, and so much more could be asked, and we're going to be covering that in part 2. I want to say thank you so much to my patrons for going that extra mile, and if you liked my video and you want to be a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and as always, stay stashy.